The seating system itself, all of them nowadays are adjustable. This one is very, very easy to adjust. So with the ALS population, what happens a lot of times is we're going to see a weight loss. A few years back, somebody lost 50 pounds, which was not uncommon. Now all of a sudden we need to do a massive modification to the chair to fit them appropriately. With our system, basically takes just a couple of minutes and we're able to adjust the seat pan, the back, and I'll kind of just show you that briefly. So if I take off the cushion, it's going to reveal a seat pan here. I'm going to come down so it's easier for you guys to see. But it's notched out here. We have 4-inch packages, so this one ranges from 16 wide to 20 wide. So if I were, to shrink this for a patient, I'd basically loosen these 4 bolts and these 4 bolts, and it's on an H-frame. Once those are loosened, I shrink the pan down to 16. I could widen it to 20, and depending on your size initially, you'll be inside one of those package ranges. So all we would need was a new cushion, or possibly a new back cushion. So on the back, same thing. Lots of adjustment available. You can see I have these wedges. This can kind of actually provide a little bit of a hug for those that have limited trunk stability. But same thing, if I were to loosen these guys and these down here, I could shrink the back as well or widen it. So lots of adjustment built in. And again, just getting new pads is great, instead of doing and having to wait several months for the insurance to approve the modifications. We've built that all into our system. Another one that's pretty common to do in terms of adjustment is the depth adjustment. So ATPs are people who basically will measure you for your chair, and they'll work with your therapist. It's not always perfect from the time that you were measured until you actually get the chair and are sitting in it. So all these adjustments are huge to be able to be dialed in at the initial fitting when you get your chair. So in the back here, we basically have 4 little Allen bolts. You can loosen these, and there's a 3.5-inch slide track where you can move the entire back, including the arms, kind of on the seat pan to adjust the seat depth. So we've actually designed these arms to be able to be widened, to be brought in, and also be able to create an angled situation. So on the sides here, we have little Allen wrench spots. These are geared here, so you just use a 6mm Allen. Our chairs come with a little toolkit. You can actually just hit this area, and the arm will articulate in, articulate out, or the combination of the two can kind of have it come out over to here. Additionally, in the back, we have this horizontal rod here, where you can loosen this, slide the entire arm in or out as well. So lots of adjustment there. The arm pads themselves, you can have different styles. There's gel. Lots of times we'll end up using those for ALS patients, just depending on how you present. The headrest has tons of adjustment on it. So it can be removed. Just has this little flywheel. Headrest can come off. Sometimes you'll do this for transport, or you're at the beauty salon. Then you're able to kind of get to the hair and the head, and then it just comes right back in. It also has several adjustment points. This is what we call the world's best hardware from Stealth. And you use a 5/32 Allen wrench, and you're able to basically adjust this into any spot that's comfortable. Head and neck support obviously is a big factor for ALS patients. So having something that's able to give them comfort while supporting the head is huge. This is another style of headrest. This is called the Ultra hardware. So it has this additional suboccipital support, which can come in right below here and capture the neck and kind of give additional support to just the headrest. On the foot plates, there's lots of adjustments as well. So we have 3 hole positions for these foot plates. So right now it's in the middle position, but they can be brought together. They can be brought out further, and there's also the option for width extensions. So width extension is a plate that comes and basically adds some additional width to each side. That way your feet aren't falling off and into the drive tires. There's an additional side guard, which basically acts like this, as like a little lip that comes down. So it will keep your foot from coming off as well and keep it in position. You also have a bell extension for those of you with very large feet. Can support the foot in that position. Additionally, to account for varying leg lengths, right here there are 2 bolts, and it has a 6-inch slide track, so we can raise and lower the foot plate appropriately to fit whatever end user that we have.